What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we are back with another Marvel Snap video. And today, I'm going to be going over all of the new cards coming up in March, the brand new Series 5 cards, as well as the Season Pass card. But I am also doing my monthly giveaway where I give away 3, that's right, 3 season passes, all right? So make sure you stay until the end of the video so you learn how to enter this giveaway so you have a chance to win a season pass going into this Days of the Future Past season, all right? But before we get started, before we jump into these awesome new cards, hi, my name is Chris. I also go by Bootman, and if you love Marvel Snap, especially the competitive aspect, like ranking up the ladder, learning about different decks, cards, strategy, all that kind of stuff, you definitely wanna subscribe, ring that notification bell, because we also got a lot of cool stuff going on, and we're trying to hit 8,000 subscribers by the end of the month. But by being a subscriber, you can join our awesome Discord community, linked down in the description below. And part of this monthly giveaway, you also gotta follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. That's linked down in the description below, all right? So make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, okay? So let's jump into these cards. We got a season pass card as well as 3 new cards for the month. So let's jump into it, all right? So first one up, and by the way, this is the video for the new season announcement. I'll link it down below if I remember, but anyways, check it out. I love the production that they do for these videos. This one's super cool. It's all like vintage and stuff. It gives me oh so much nostalgia. All right, so this is the season pass card, Nimrod. When this is destroyed, add a copy to each other location. So as far as this card goes, like I am not a major fan of the destroy archetype, all right? I want destroy to work so bad, but my luck with destroy, like I swear whenever I play the destroy archetype, like the cards that destroy other cards just never come up for me. So when it comes to Nimrod, I am probably going to first off wait, see what other people come up with. Like I'm always willing to admit when I'm wrong. I mentioned that in one of my last videos. And like with like MODOK, I thought MODOK was gonna be trash, it was gonna be garbage or whatever. And like MODOK was like half decent. By the end of the season, not too many people were using MODOK, but it was a legit card. People were doing some pretty cool stuff. Morbius was getting super buff, Dracula was coming out. So with Nimrod, I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I hope to see some creative things. I'm not sure if we're gonna see it mostly like in Galactus decks, or what, but there are some concerns because as soon as you see Nimrod coming out, people are gonna be dropping armor, people are gonna be dropping things like Cosmo, but this is also kind of what we thought about MODOK. We thought, oh, this is gonna be easy to counter, people are gonna try to drop it behind Invisible Woman, all sorts of stuff like that, but people came up with creative ways, and like, aside from like Leech, like, MODOK was kind of hard to block. So I'm curious to see what people come up with Nimrod, like being able to add, you know, 5 power to 2 additional lanes might be kind of cool. So we'll see. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit, but I don't know how well it's gonna do ranking up the ladder. All right, next up, now we're gonna be jumping into Series 5 cards, those big old 6,000 token cards, okay? The first one coming out is Kitty Pryde. So here's what I said on Twitter, and you're following me on Twitter, right? Because you wanna enter this giveaway. Here's what I said on Twitter. When it comes to 6,000 token cards, aside from just like a content creating perspective, when I decide if I'm gonna spend 6,000 tokens, the card needs to be in one of 2 categories. One, it's a really good card. Like it's a strong card, it's gonna help me rank up, it's competitive. And the other thing I'm looking for is a card that goes into decks that I have fun playing. So those of you who know me, my favorite archetype is bounce decks. I love bounce decks. Oh, so much. They're so fun. They catch your opponent off guard. It just seems like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, it's like this kind of like controlled chaos going on. And like, I mentioned this in a new podcast episode we have coming out, which is actually later today, sneak peek. It has a special guest, but like there's nothing better than having all these like 1 cost out and then somebody drops a Killmonger, but you falcon them up like right before. Oh, it's so fun. Or you beast. So anyways, what I'm getting at is Kitty Pryde is a definite buy for me, all right? So Kitty Pryde, you can return this to your hand to gain +2 power. So there was a lot of questions around Kitty Pryde. Like, can you just drop Kitty Pryde and pull her up like all willy-nilly? Or do you have to trigger her, right? Do you need a Falcon? Do you need a Beast? Well, it was confirmed by Second Dinner that you can place her and pick her up whenever you want. So Kitty Pryde is going to get buffed. But one of the things I was thinking about, one of the drawbacks is it kind of reminds me of Human Torch. I remember when I was trying to make like move decks work, which I'm not a huge fan of move decks anymore, but I remember I had a Human Torch and I was just so stoked. I'm like, oh man, this Human Torch is getting beefy. And then just right at the end, this Killmonger comes out and just ruins my day. So that is a concern I have with Kitty Pryde being a one cost. So we'll see, but Kitty Pryde is a definite buy for me. Like I said, she goes into my favorite archetype, and Hit Monkey is the season pass card next season. And if I remember correctly, Hit Monkey gains +2, it's a +1 or +2 power for every single card that you place that turn. So Kitty Pryde and Hit Monkey are gonna do some work together. So I'm super excited for Kitty Pryde. All right, next up is the big Mega Sentinel himself, Master Mold. All right, so Master Mold, on reveal, add 2 Sentinels to your opponent's hand. When I first came across this card in like the data mines, I'm like, right? I'm like, who cares? But then I started realizing how irritating this card's gonna be for your opponent, right? Because Sentinels just keep regenerating. They just keep regenerating. So you are not getting rid of those cards. You are not getting those cards out of your hand. And a card that I think a lot of us really wanna make work is Ronin. So Master Mold is going to do that, okay? So before recording this, I was like, Master Mold's gonna be a must buy for me. I could see a lot of benefit from it. But then after talking with some other creators and stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I'm still gonna get Master Mold just because, again, like I think Ronin is a fun card that is underutilized and I really wanna make it work. But the major downside to this, and if any of you have played a Ronin deck, like what separates Ronin from cards like Devil Dinosaur or Darkhawk is when you're playing a Ronin or, trying to make them work with Master Mold, the other player is in control. They're in control of how many cards they're going to have, right? So although dropping the Sentinels is going to regenerate new Sentinels in their hand, they could dump other cards, you know what I mean? And that has been the biggest issue with Ronin. Whenever I try to make Ronin work, the other person's just able to dump cards and Ronin just deflates like a balloon. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the strategy with Ronin is to drop them turn 6, so they're not planning on dumping all their cards or trying to figure out a way to dump their cards or what. So Master Mold is iffy. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get him, but like as far as like my opinion, I don't think if I was just an average player and not like a content creator whale, I don't think I would get Master Mold. I might wait for Series 4, but I think like, if we're really talking about ranking up and stuff, I think a lot of other creators are gonna be of the opinion of like, wait until this thing drops to Series 3. So we'll see. Other people like, that's why I watch so many YouTubers that come up with a lot of amazing decks and stuff like that. And something that, we actually talk about in the podcast is there's a lack of, one of the issues with the lack of creativity in the community is the inability to get access to these cards in a timely manner, right? Because all of you beautiful people, you're coming up where you probably have insane ideas that we're not even thinking of, but because these things are all coming out of Series 5, it's difficult for many people to get their hands on them to actually do that type of experimentation. So Second Dinner has kind of said that they're going to, make card acquisition a little bit easier, but we'll see. I would also love to know from all of you, like, what are your thoughts on like the Token Tuesday bundles and all these new smaller bundles that come out? Like, are you going to be saving up to get some of these new cards? Or are you just gonna like go buy Thanos and Galactus and Kang and stuff like that? All right, so last card on the list, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. So this card, by the way, actually just recently got buffed, all right? So let's read the description. It's after any card is played here, destroy this and that card. The buff was, this card was originally data mined at a 3-2, now it's a 3-4. So this is probably the most surprising for me personally, because ever since I heard about this card, I could not care less. This was not on my radar at all. I'm like, I don't want this card. There's no reason I would want, like, I've already told you guys I'm not a huge fan of destroy archetypes. I'm like, I don't, why would I want this card? But something clicked, something just definitely clicked for me recently. I'm like, I need this card. I need this card so bad. And here's why. Here's why. If you're looking, do you see what type of card this is? Is it on reveal? Is it ongoing? No, it is none of those things. This is just a card with a straight up ability, right? Like, so what this means, especially if people are gonna be using Shuri again in this upcoming season, like Cosmo ain't doing nothing. Cosmo's doing nothing to Negasonic Teenage Warhead. So I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting strategy that comes along with this card too, because when you set Negasonic Teenage Warhead down, the other player is gonna have to think. They're gonna have to think like, okay, do I sacrifice a card here? Do I just not play this lane at all? You know what I mean? So it's going to be very, very interesting. The other reason I'm excited for this card is because, so I ended up getting Galactus. It's my only Series 5 card that I've gotten from a collected reserve. When I got Galactus, I'm like, screw it. I'll spend 6,000 tokens on Null. It was before Null dropped. But anyways, Null is pretty much only viable right now in a Galactus deck. Like that is it, right? But with Negasonic Teenage Warhead, I'm thinking we're gonna be able to figure out a way to use her in combination with Null, right? Like, just picture this for a second, okay? Join me in this little imagination time. All right, you got turn 3, we're dropping Negasonic Teenage Warhead, right? Turn 4, I'm dropping something like a Shuri. Turn 5, I'm dropping a 30 power Red Skull on Teenage Negasonic Warhead, if she's still there, if the opponent hasn't screwed up my plan, all right? Now people are like, wait, what is this guy doing? And then the Null comes out. Then a big old Null comes out, you know what I mean? And if you manage to destroy a couple other things, Null's gonna be beefy as heck, okay? And I'm sure there's some other ways, like, you know, maybe, I can't really think of a way to ramp it, but if there's a way to like copy Null or something like that, I don't know if that's like figuring out a way to make this work in like a negative deck or what, but something like that will definitely catch an opponent off guard. But anyways, like I said, like I'm very excited for this card just because it's not an ongoing or on reveal. So the only thing that's really gonna stop Negasonic Teenage Warhead is armor, but other than that, woo, girl's gonna go off. She's gonna go off. So that's pretty sweet. All right, but anyways, that is my review of the cards. So to enter the giveaway, okay, I'm giving away 3 season passes. Here's what you gotta do. First off, you gotta be subscribed. All right, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Second off, you gotta follow me on Twitter, okay? And it's not just follow me on Twitter for the sake of following me on Twitter. This is the best way because I can't message any of you on YouTube, okay? Like, that's just not a thing that YouTube does. So on Twitter, I announce the winners, so I will tag you. Make an account real quick, whatever it is, if it's just to enter the giveaway, but make sure you are on Twitter and you are following me, okay? So how do you enter? So down in the comments below, down in the comments section, okay? Listen, because a lot of people screw up these instructions. I feel like they're pretty simple. Down in the description below, let me know like which of these 4 cards you're most excited for, all right? And I would also love to hear from you, like, what are you thinking? Like, what kind of decks, what kind of builds? How are you thinking of triggering Nimrod? What are your thoughts around Kitty Pryde? Is there something with Master Mold that I'm missing? Let me know down in the comments below, but in your comment, I need you to do 2 things. In your comment, you have to put #giveaway. That helps me filter out the comments because there's gonna be a lot of them. And you gotta put your Twitter handle, okay? So leave a comment down below, put #giveaway and leave your Twitter handle, all right? And the season starts tomorrow. So I will be announcing the winners tomorrow. I usually try to do like an hour or 2 before the season starts, all right? So happy giveaway. Make sure you enter, and that's all I got, okay? And I do have our podcast coming out later today, so stick around. But other than that, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring the notification bell. You already know the deal. We got a Discord server. You can enter these awesome giveaways, all sorts of cool stuff. So make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit 8,000 by the end of the month. It's still early, and we're like 250 away. Might as well just click that subscribe button, all right? So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.